Hello and welcome to the Redstone Survival Guide. My name is Sky. Today we are starting in a brand new world and I'm going to go over the very basics with you all, from agriculture to caving and tools and the mobs that you will see early in the game. To start, we need our tools. I do want to tangent just a little bit to talk about breaking down trees like this one, and there are other shapes of trees that can be difficult to take care of, or at least I find it easier to use ladders for these types of trees. You're able to get up, able to get in to the direct beam of the log to reach the top, and you just follow these branches going out. Just make sure that if it angles, you're checking to see which way the logs go. That way you're not breaking all of the leaves just to get one tree down, but you're following the natural branches. These bigger trees give a lot of logs, but they can be a pain to chop down if you're trying to get through all of that foliage. The pickaxe you need to get stone, which we can use to upgrade the tools that we have. And I'll use the stone to show the other tools as well. With 11 stone in hand, we have enough to make one of every type of tool. Now the tools can be upgraded with other items in the game, like iron, gold, and diamond, and on an update coming soon, hopefully, copper, which is this ore here. Now I am using a resource pack to give the ore borders, just so it's easier to spot when I'm looking around. And the resource packs that I use can be found on the Vanilla Tweaks website, probably linked below if you're interested. So if anything looks different between my game and yours, that's probably why. I have 27 seeds now and a river full of wonderful water, so I don't need to move anything anywhere to start farming. And with the sun setting, we are going to have some mobs coming out, some hostile mobs. Over here in the grass, we see a spider. 1 block tall, they can be hard to see in these open fields. Spiders like to jump at you. They have a quicker attack pattern, and they will climb and jump off of items to attack you, so be careful. I like to strike, back away, and strike again so they don't hit, but can't always guarantee that. This friend over here is a zombie. They have the largest range of being able to see you, so if you're trying to draw them out away from other crowds of mobs, you don't need to get as close before they start wandering over. For the zombie, they don't deal a lot of damage, but when you hurt a zombie, they call in reinforcements, and as a group, they deal a lot of damage and can be dangerous. What I like about zombies early game is they do provide a decent food source if you can kill enough of them. These are creepers. They are your exploding friends. They like to hiss at you and will explode if you give them the chance. Backing away out of range so they have to come back to you is probably the best way to avoid getting exploded on. But in reality, I just try to avoid them. I think a lot of people do. These are skeletons, and they are very dangerous because of the distance attacks that they do. If you can get past their distance attacks, I'd recommend an axe for these. Deals a little bit more damage. If you don't get comboed, I can show you. There we go. With the sun coming up, all the undead will start burning. Bones are really useful because they can make bone meal, which you can use to grow your crops. There we go. And with every one of these that you break, you have a chance of getting more seeds back than what you originally put down. Let's see. Wheat can be used for two things. One is to make bread, and the other is to bring the different cows and sheep into a pen for you. And while I'm looking for cows, this is another reason why I like having ladders, because I can't reach that one at the top, but if I go up a couple and stand, I can just get up here, chop down these otherwise would be hard to reach logs, and go back down, recollecting those ladders, and that'll despawn, hopefully giving us another sapling. Looks like we have some sheep over here. Sheep and cows can be drawn with a little bit of wheat. Pigs can be drawn with, I want to say, carrots and potatoes, which are a bit harder to find. Zombies have a chance of dropping them. Here we have a couple of cows, and we can breed them together to start our farm. Now we have a baby cow. When that grows up, we'll be able to breed those and start getting at least half the herd built up. When they start growing, though, we will build a fenced area for them to live in. That way they're not just stuck in a hole. With night, well, night here, not just night coming, this is when I like to mine in the early game. To collect resources like stone and iron, well, you need to go down. And I, personally, if I have access to a water source like a river, will make sure I have the water flowing down one block below me while I mine. That way I can, well, kind of break the rule, don't dig straight down, but do it in a safe manner. If I hit the F3 button, you will see on the right hand side, targeted block underlined that says -132, 26, -60. That middle number, 26, is the one I'm worried about mining down until I see the targeted block is at -15. That is the level where I'm likely to find iron when I'm mining like this. Am I already too low? Yeah, I am way too low. Alright. Let's go up until we see a block that says 15. I want to say 14, 15. Right here. This is what I like to do with my mine shafts. I have trapdoors here, the stairs, or another trapdoor. So when I'm swimming up, let me get that real quick. I am pressing into this corner. I don't fall out, but if I need to get out, I can just come over to the side and get out easily that way. Now, this corridor here is a 3x3. It is a pain to dig, but I find it really useful and too useful not to have. This is the center shaft, and from it I will I will mine out these different lines going from it. As if this were a spine, these are the rib cages, and just keep mining every 12 blocks to put another torch. If you've noticed already, I put torches always on the left-hand wall of wherever I'm going. This is just a signpost for me. Follow the torches on the right-hand side to get home, and on the left is the way that you've already been. If I keep it consistent like that, then it's a lot easier for me to navigate mines and these tunnels. The next stop is Y level -16 for gold, and then Y -54 and -59 for diamonds. Gold level here, below level 0, we get into deep slate levels, which is where we find diamonds and redstone, a lot more common. What's really fun about geodes, and that I enjoy a lot about them, is this here, budding amethyst. It doesn't normally have the border around it. Again, I have the border just to help me identify it, and so I don't break it on accident. I'll still break it on accident, but it's a lot less likely with the border. Could have sworn I saw a creeper. Yeah. In a mine shaft outside the opening of the geode. This is insane. uh, welcome to a mine shaft in Minecraft. This is absolutely insane, but definitely worth exploring. I want to say that up there, yeah, that looks like it could be a spawner. Now, spawners in a mine shaft covered in webs are spiders or cave spiders. These little guys, they really like to poison you. Like, really like to. It's their favorite thing to do, actually. Poisoning people who dare come across the spawner. It can also make for a good spawner for XP, especially so close to our base, which is why I'm so awestruck. Hello? Hello? These are diamonds. I want to make sure I'm safe before I start mining them, though. Let's take care of this mine shaft real quick, and I'll come back for the diamonds. Grab the diamonds on the way out. This is redstone ore, the main component that I really need for the series, because I am planning on focusing on my redstone building and understanding by trying things I've never done before, trying to problem solve with what I do know about redstone, and bringing you along with me for the ride. I think I'm just going to leave what's in the walls and the floors here where they are, because this level is ready to go. I just got to get the -54 level going, and then the mineshaft will be ready for strip mining and for general resource collection. The mineshaft is nearly complete. All of the mining has been done for the general area. The only thing I'm missing is the trapdoors on these corners to make going up and down a lot easier. With bread and shears and some almost broken weapons, we should be good to find some sheep so we can make a bed. Here, give me some of your wool. Only one. Only one. Here's another one though. And you gave me two. Perfect. Thank you. I'm just gonna see if I can run back home and go to bed. Sleep. Enderman! I was gonna say sleep the night away, but I'm going to stare at you. You're gonna run at me. Hello. Now, there are two ways to get away from an Enderman if you accidentally look him in the eye. Where'd your friend go? There you are. Hi. So, the two ways are to either trap him in a boat. There we are. Or to get into water. Endermen are afraid of water. They won't follow you in. Although trapping them in a boat in the water is something I haven't done. And we should be safe. Let's grab ourselves a little poppy. Almost called it a rose. It's no longer called that. And a red bed. To finally go to sleep. I guess there's one more way to get food early game that I should mention. If you make yourself a fishing pole, you can fish in any level of water, though if you have 5 blocks around of either water or air, you are likely to catch things other than just the fish. Cooking the fish is a really easy way to get food. If you grab coal or charcoal, have 3 logs, and I want to say it's 3 sticks, you can make a campfire. It'll just stay lit, and you can cook 4 items at a time. It'll take, I don't know how long. It'll take a few seconds. I don't think it's longer than a minute to cook whatever you put on it. It will pop off and you can collect it. For small quantities of food, which you're going to get a lot of probably early game, this works wonderful. Honestly, almost makes me want to set up a tent for my first base to work out of and go from there. The honorable mentions that I want to bring up is the ladders when you're chopping down trees. Just having a few ladders helps you go up and down a lot easier and makes dealing with the big trees so much better. They work great for everything. I do mean every type of tree that you will run into. As for our mineshaft here, the one thing to mention is the torch placement. When you're mining, have the torch be on the same side of the wall, and if you're not placing a guiding torch, place it on the ground on top of where you're walking. That way, if you ever try and get lost in a cave, or you end up getting lost in a cave, you know that if you look for a torch on the left-hand side, you're going deeper. If you have a torch on the wall on the right-hand side, you're going towards your exit. And if it switches from right hand to left hand, you've passed the way out. It's helped me a lot when I've been caving. The other thing I will bring up is the importance of a shield. They are great when fighting mobs or other hostile enemies for defending yourself. Really, if you can defend yourself, then you'll be okay. Thank you, Creeper, for the demonstration. I could not have planned that any better, honestly. So, food, defense, and resources. Minecraft is about a balance of all of that, and that's what I love most about playing in survival mode, is that I have to balance the survival, I have to balance the resources, and you can still do amazing things in this game. And I cannot wait to see where we go in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!